working for you. CBS 6 News begins now.
He's over. Call 911. Go!
Oh, wow. Tornadoes tear through parts of the Midwest, leaving behind a trail of destruction. Now that same system is headed our way. Welcome to CBS 6 News at Noon. I'm Julie Bragg in for Cheryl Miller today. We're going to have much more on the damage left behind by those storms in Missouri in just a minute. But first, that same system headed this way. Let's send it right over to meteorologist Mike Stone with more on what we can expect here. I'm assuming nothing quite like that.
No, that's the first thing we want to talk about. The dynamics out near Chicago and Illinois, a lot different. So we're not going to see severe weather of that magnitude. But we do have a chance of some severe storms coming up a little bit later on this afternoon. We continue to be socked in with the clouds across the Richmond metro area. And check this temperature map out. A weird kind of range. It's right around 70 degrees in Stanton. This warm front kinks around like this. And you notice the huge temperature difference. North of it, we're in the 50s to low and mid 60s. South of it, temperatures are even approaching 80 near North Carolina. So that warm air will continue pressing northward at the same time that a strong cold front is approaching from the west. And this front will be here later on this afternoon. These lines of thunderstorms will jump the mountains. This first line here will break up just a tiny bit, but then fire back up a little bit later on this afternoon. So coming into the 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock time frame, that'll be the period where we see the storms marching across the area. Now, the risk for severe weather, not as big as it was in Chicago and Illinois yesterday. Just a slight risk that a couple of these storms may have some damaging winds and possibly some large hail. The threat for tornadoes today is extremely low. But look at all the severe weather reports from yesterday and last night. We'll wipe away the other severe weather. These were all the tornado reports across parts of Illinois. With more on that, let's go back to Julie.
Mike, thanks so much. Now, of course, as we mentioned, that same system is responsible for spawning several tornadoes in parts of the Midwest. Yesterday, CBS's Adriana Diaz shows us the damage left behind.
Residents are getting their first daylight look at the damage from 2 large tornadoes in northern Illinois. Sirens warned people to take cover around 6 last night, about an hour before the storm arrived in the town of Rochelle, about 80 miles west of Chicago.
When it hit, definitely we knew it hit. We didn't know how bad.
Raymond Kramer and his wife rode out the storm in the basement of a restaurant. The tornado all but destroyed the building. Firefighters rescued the couple and about 10 other people an hour after the tornado plowed through.
We pulled in here and ran inside. Got a couple of pictures of the tornado right across the street from us here, and the owner said in the basement, and we went down in the basement.
There are roughly 50 homes in this tiny town of Fairdale. The tornado damaged or destroyed all of them, sweeping some off their foundations. Fairdale does not have a siren system. A 67-year-old woman was killed when her home was destroyed. Emergency crews are looking for anyone who might be trapped in the rubble.
We have a couple people that we know are not accounted for. We're working with the fire department on that.
The tornadoes were part of a powerful line of severe weather that rumbled across